Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Anderson, and today and the next 2 days, I'm going to be teaching you about theme, which is a concept in reading that we learn about when we're reading stories. So let's go straight to it and let's take a look at and figure out what is theme. So, theme, the central message or lesson learned when you listen to a story or you read a story. I think of it as the heart of the story. What did I take away from this story? What lesson did I learn? So let's take a look at my anchor chart here. And it says theme. The message or lesson the author teaches us through the characters in the story. So we're going to read a story today, and we're going to take a look at those characters in the story. And we're going to focus on key details, boys and girls. And key details are pieces of information from the story that we use to figure out bigger things, like the lesson learned, the heart of the story, the big thing, okay? The author wants us to learn something when we read a story, and the author wants us to take away something when I'm going to read the story today called The Cranky Bear. We are going to read a story, boys and girls, about four friends that help, or try to help, I should say, a very cranky bear. As we read the story, I need your help to help me pick out some key details that will help us figure out what is the central message, what is the lesson learned, what is the heart of the story. I'll write down those key details when we're finished reading the story, and then we're going to come up with those key details and how do they support the lesson of the story. So let me talk to you a little bit about like what lessons are, right? So we have friendship. We can learn about friendship when we read stories. We can learn about taking responsibility when we read stories, like how full is your bucket, right? We can learn about self-control when we read stories, like when Sophie gets angry, really, really angry. Remember how she learned that she needs time to herself? That's self-control. We learn about perseverance in stories, to keep going no matter what. We learn about bravery. We learn about Martin Luther King Jr. and how he was brave throughout his life to fight discrimination. We learned about brave Irene and how she kept going no matter what the storm presented to her. And then finally, as we learn about acceptance, do we accept who we are or the things around us? Can we change them, or do we accept them for who they are and what they are? So as I read, I want you to listen to and look for those key details in the story that are going to help us support the theme. Remember, we focus on the characters in the story that are going to help us prove that lesson. So the story is called The Very Cranky Bear. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. It's called The Very Cranky Bear. The Very Cranky Bear. In the jingle jangle jungle, on a cold and rainy day, four friends found a perfect place to play. Moose had marvelous antlers, and Lion a golden mane. Zebra had fantastic stripes, and Sheep, well, Sheep was plain. None of them had noticed that someone else was there. Sleeping in the cave was a very cranky bear. Roar, went the cranky bear. Roar, roar, roar. He gnashed his teeth and stomped his feet and chased them out the door. So in the jingle jangle jungle, on a cold and rainy day, four little friends had nowhere warm to play. Wait a minute, said Zebra as she scratched her furry chin. Maybe if we cheered him up, he'd let us come back in. If I did not have stripes, said Zebra, I'd be cranky too. We should give that bear some stripes. That's what we should do. Stripes are silly, Moose complained, especially on a bear. My antlers always cheer me up. Let's give that bear a pair. No, 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 said the lion. Antlers are a bore. A golden mane like mine, he said, would cheer him up for sure. Who's standing there with Lion? So Zebra fetched a can of mud and Lion some grass of gold. Moose got 2 big branches, and Sheep, well, Sheep was cold. Sheep was getting worried. They've been eaten up for sure. And then from inside the cave, there came a very cranky roar. Zebra, Lion, and Moose ran out, and Bear was right behind them. They hid behind the bushes where they hoped he wouldn't find them. Why is he still cranky? He's got antlers, stripes, and a mane. Before we gave him those, Lion said, he looks so very plain. Why is he cranky still? As Bear stormed back inside the cave, he turned and roared at Sheep. All I really want, he said, is a quiet place to sleep. So she fetched a pair of clippers. She stuffed it in a cotton bag. Let me go back. I missed something there. Good readers go back and reread if they miss something, right? So she fetched a pair of clippers and she sheared off half her wool. She stuffed it in a cotton bag until the bag was full. She tiptoed back inside the cave. Excuse me, Bear, she said. Would you like a pillow for underneath your head? Well, thank you very much, said Bear, and soon he fell asleep. Maybe he was dreaming of a plain but thoughtful sheep. Boys and girls, as we began that story, we were focusing on the key details that help us to support the theme of our text. The theme, the central message or the lesson learned, the heart of the story. The message or the lesson the author teaches us through the characters in the story. So, we're going to write down 4 key details, and we're going to put those key details together as clues to help us decide the central message of the story. And then what we're going to do is we're going to circle what the theme of the story was, okay? So each animal, think back to the story, each animal made a suggestion to help Bear, right? These details are important to the story. So, think about the suggestions that each animal made for Bear. 3 of them are alike, right? And 1 is different. Tell me about, let's focus on 1 animal at a time. Let's focus on Zebra. What did Zebra, right? What did Zebra want to give to Bear to make him feel better? What made Zebra feel good, right? You got it. It's the stripes. So Zebra said, well, Bear's going to be happy if he has stripes because I'm happy. So I'm going to put stripes. And then we go to Moose. And what did Moose say? What would make Bear happy? If Moose gave him his antlers, right? So Moose goes out and gets some branches and gave Bear antlers. But did that make Bear happy? No. So, but we're going to put antlers because that was antlers. Awesome. Antlers. And then we have Lion. And what did Lion do for Bear? He said, well, if he had a mane, of course he'd be happy. It's golden, it's beautiful. So we have a mane. And then who was our fourth character, boys and girls, that helped Bear or suggested or gave something to Bear? You're right, it was the sheep. And what did the sheep give Bear? She gave him a pillow, right? She gave him a pillow. So I want you to think for a minute, boys and girls, how stripes, antlers, and the mane are different than what the sheep decided to give Bear. How do the key details, let's remember, how do the key details help us to decide the central message or the heart of the story? Right? Sheep decides it first, that it's not about how you look on the outside, right? Bear was given stripes, Bear was given antlers, Bear was given a mane, and it still didn't make him feel better. And sheep shaves off something of herself, right? Her wool, and she makes a soft pillow for Bear. So one of the lessons I'm thinking about is it doesn't matter what you look like. It matters on what's on the inside. Because remember how they called sheep plain? She was so plain. And then they called Bear so plain, and that he should be happy because he was all dressed up in stripes and antlers and all of that pizzazz, right? And he wasn't. And then what made them happy was when sheep gave something of herself to make Bear feel better. Also, boys and girls, what everyone needs in life can be different, or what everybody wants in life can be different. Somebody might want a new pair of sneakers, but somebody might want just a hug today. So what we all need are different things. Maybe someone just wants to go out to eat, right? That's me lately. I just want to go out to eat, but I know I can't. But maybe somebody wants to just stay at home and eat. And maybe they have to get a quick meal and they have to go through a drive-thru or something. So we all want and need some other things. That could be the theme of the story. So let's go and take a look, and let's see if we can pick what the heart of the story is, the theme of the story. So our choices are this. Is it about friendship? Could be. Is it about taking responsibility? Is it about self-control? I mean, Bear was a little, right? He was a little cranky and he got under control, right? But we're thinking about the overall picture. Is it about perseverance? Did somebody keep going in the story? Not really. But about bravery? Maybe sheep was a little brave, right? And what about acceptance? Accepting for who you are and what you are, and not what you look like, but about what you do on the inside. Yes, you got it. It's about acceptance. So, boys and girls, I'm going to send you an activity that I want you to do. And all I want you to do is to draw a picture, right, of any of the themes on this paper. So you can draw a picture about friendship, about taking responsibility, about self-control, about perseverance, about bravery, or you could do one about acceptance. Then, once you draw your picture, just record yourself telling us, the theme of my picture is bravery, and tell us why. Your teachers and I cannot wait to see your themes of the story. You guys have been an awesome audience. We love you and we miss you, and we'll see you soon. Take care.